Long Island, New York, comes MC and performing artist OnetakeCarter. With standout albums such as Free Pizza, Who Is OnetakeCarter, and Carnival Life, he's known for his lyricism and energy-packed performances. OnetakeCarter's created some of the dopest viral freestyles, through which he showcases his innovative creativity, bringing his unique blend of humor, dope lyrics, and impactful visuals, keeping audiences locked in. His latest singles, Respectfully and Angie, continue to prove why he's one of the most exciting and original voices in hip hop. Tune in to learn about his journey in music, his new releases, and what he's got coming next. At 4 o'clock LA, 7 o'clock New York. Let's bring him in.
Yo, yo.
Peace.
What's good, my guy? How you feeling,
I'm
man?
good, my bro. That's the dope room that you were painting like just like the other day.
Yeah, I literally just finished. Like I just wrapped up.
It looks dope.
I'm literally in the process of moving, and I finally got to set my son up with a dope room. So I literally just finished. I just do my. It's still, I still got just finished. I brought my chair in here so I can get right real quick with y'all. But yeah, man, had a lot of fun in here.
Yeah, man. It turned out incredible. You're such an amazing creative.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
I was inspired by IKEA. I went in there and I was like, this room. They had a room like look similar. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm still in
Yeah,
that.
brother. Still like
Great
an
artist.
artist.
Great artist. Exactly. Great artist still.
That's right.
You already know, bro. What's going on with you?
Hey man, it's an honor to have you on. Going through your discography and your visuals, your discography, your audio work and your visual work are both like it's like two different lanes in which you're very expressive. It's a great journey to follow you on.
Thank you, bro. That's dope. I seen like some of your videos, of other interviews, and you really be doing your research. So I'm excited. That's dope.
Thank you so much, man. I wanted to go ahead and jump in because you have the work that you've done, but you've recently been releasing some singles, and you did respectfully with SoCal, and I
Mhm.
think something's probably bubbling. Maybe we could jump into that new single.
Yeah, definitely. If you talk about respectfully, shout out to SoCal, coming out of Connecticut. He hit me up. I think he seen one of my freestyles. I was going crazy, and he hit me up, and we've been chopping it. And we'll jump on the phone all the time. I got a couple drinks with SoCal in the truck, so it might be something there. He just called me also the other day, and he was like, I might have something bubbling with you and another popping artist that's even more popping than me, doing a mixtape together. So I said, all right, let's do it. Let's make it
Yeah.
happen.
Let's
So,
get it
I ain't gonna
in.
say no names yet, but something dope is on the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with the respectfully and SoCal's vibe, because he's got a specific vibe.
hmm
Can you talk to us about that song and what it's a very kind of emotional song.
hmm I mean, well, respectfully, it's just it's in New York. It's something and I feel like everywhere else too, but it's something that we say when we're not trying to be disrespectful, but we're saying what we really want to say. Uh, so I don't know, when I hear beats and I hear music that just hit me a certain way, first thing that came to my mind for that one was respectfully, and I just had fun. I had
Yeah.
fun rapping. So that's
Yeah.
what came out.
Yeah, no, it's
What's
it's
it's
definitely
really
more a New
like
York thing.
it's really expressive. It's more like it has like an old school vibe to it.
Yeah.
Um, I always tell people like if you listen to my music, like listen to multiple songs because everyone sounds totally different.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was one of the ones that sound different, but for me, but it still is in the world of One Take Carter.
Yeah. And earlier, a little bit earlier in the year, you did because you've had like a few singles that have come out.
hmm
You had Angie,
Yeah,
right? That
yeah.
that that's a special one too.
I love Angie. Angie's. I wrote that at the end of last year and I released it earlier this year. Featuring Akeem Ali, who's the homie. Um, Angie. I was writing at work thinking about like a bunch of different like situationships I've been in, and I came up with the melody first. And I was like, sounds like I'm saying somebody's name, and then I figured out Angie could mean something, so I used it as an acronym. Another nigga's girl is everything, and me and Nakeem Bali, we've been cool for a minute, and he always was hitting me like, "Yo, whenever you're ready, send me something." And I was like, "This is perfect for him." So I sent it to him, and he sent it back within a few days. Angie,
Yeah.
I went to Atlanta. Yeah, I went to
It's
Atlanta to go shoot some
like a new
comedy for her.
slang. It's like a new
Yeah,
slang.
exactly. She's an Angie, she's another dude's girl, so it'd be like that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is dope. It feels like there's work out there, there's stuff formulating. But you had in 2024 free pizza, and
Mhm.
you got this whole pizza thing going.
Yeah.
Maybe you can explain for us, what
Okay.
your love for pizza.
Okay. So pizza is like actually my favorite food. It's not a marketing thing. Well, it wasn't at one point. Um, but I genuinely love it. And when I was in high school, I used to sew these triangles onto my shirts. And I had started a brand called Press Play. And then I'm like, this looks like a slice of pizza. And I came up with the acronym for the word slice. Success lives inside children everywhere. Uh, words, acronyms.
Yeah, no, it's dope. It's a talent. That's part of
Yeah,
your
so
creativity.
yeah, so success lives inside children everywhere. I would work at different restaurants. When I would come home, I would walk past a bunch of homeless people that are asking for food or asking for money. And I'm like, the one thing we shouldn't have to worry about is food.
Yeah.
Because we're throwing out so much food at the end of the night. It's crazy. And when I started making clothes and I started the Chillin brand, Chillin was just merch at first, and then it became like its own brand. Um, I had put a pizza in the Chillin logo, and it stands for SICE. Success lives inside children everywhere. If you're doing what you love to do and you're being successful, you're chilling. Like we all are kids. We've been kids so long that now they call us adults. You know, so you doing this show right now, you have no worries in the world right now. This is the only thing that matters to you right now. You're chilling right now.
Yeah.
So success still lives inside of you, and that's what the whole pizza thing is about. And I had opened up a clothing boutique in 2021 in Baldwin, and I was selling my clothes in pizza boxes. So
Oh, that's so
yeah, so like
dope.
even still, like when people buy stuff from me, like buy merch or whatever, I'm shipping it in pizza boxes. So that's what the whole pizza thing is about, for real, for real. So everybody still has a slice of potential in them, you
That's
know.
dope.
Or,
I love that. The I gotta ask, and I don't know if there's an answer for it, but is there a favorite slice?
oh, margarita, the margarita and the grandma are my two favorite slices.
What's the
If it's
grandma?
not regular, so the grandma is like it's like a margarita, but it's cut in a square. So yeah, so
Ah,
it's like a Sicilian almost, but it's not puffy. It's more flat, and the sauce is on top. Yeah.
all right.
Hmm.
That's dope. That's
Yeah,
dope.
that's my favorite, definitely.
The talk to us about the brand. You said that it started in 2021. Was there a prior like incarnation of it?
Yes. So before 2021, I was making shirts. I had bought my first heat press thing. Let me go back. I was going to Jamaica Ave to the Coliseum block and getting these shirts made, like DTF prints or whatever. My guy, Bryce, he was making my shirts for me, and I would just randomly create stuff on Photoshop with the homies and make hats, go get hats sewn. I was doing it like a terrible way. I was making like one hat at a time or one shirt at a time. It was costing me so much money. And people began to like want more of my merch. And like every piece was almost like a custom.
Yeah.
And then I randomly bought a heat press and a vital machine and started making my own shirts and pressing them in the house. And around the time of I want to say Eric Gardner, one of the one of the big like high profile tragedies that happened. I had made a shirt that said "We're not chilling until the cops stop killing,"
Yeah.
and it was doing so many like numbers or whatever. It's terrible that I had to come out of that situation, but it was like, all right, I have to keep this thing going, and I made like more just fun stuff and more things that had to do with the brand chilling, like the pizza boxes popping, and then time happened and a space became available. Q the Boss is a dope. He's a dope motivational speaker actually on the gram. If you look him up, Q the Boss 516. He owns a barbershop, and the space in the back was becoming available. So I took over the barbershop and opened up a store that somewhat is very similar to the vibe of this room.
Yeah.
Like I had green carpet, bunch of colors all over the place. Looked like something out of Nickelodeon, and you wouldn't even know it was in the back of a barbershop. It looked totally different, and I began trapping out of there, son. For real, for real. So
Yeah.
yeah.
That's dope. That's dope.
Mhm.
Right now, if people wanted to pick up uh some gear, where's the right place for them to go to? Like, is there like a website online?
So chillin.nyc on the gram. Anything on there right now, you can hit me up. I've been doing custom orders. The website right now is down because I'm about to revamp it within like the next few days. But it is down. As soon as I get settled in here, I'm running back up. But literally people have still been ordering custom pieces, and I've been getting them to them. But the streamline process, I'm working on right now. I want to make it more efficient. I don't want to drop ship because I want every piece to feel, like
Yeah.
just cared for, so and catered and curated. So, but
Yeah. Well, and there's something to the value of items that are limited run. Like I'm dropping
exactly,
this, seasonal limited runs. That's,
exactly,
especially when it's connected to an artist, right?
exactly.
A lot of the music in a lot of ways is streaming now. So the
The
merch
merch
game,
is
whether it's
where the
vinyl,
merch is where exactly the merch is where artists eat from. Like I made way more. I've made way more money selling clothes than off music at this point. I've made money doing both.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, the merch is where it's at, and it's less about making money. It's more so about like bringing people into your world. Like
yeah,
most of the stuff I'm making is stuff I will actually wear. You
yeah,
know, so
right. Well, and at a minimum, it's stuff you design,
yeah, that
right? So
too.
it's an extension.
Yeah, exactly. It's part of the whole OTC thing. It's part of
Yeah,
it. So it's an extension of, like you said, soon come action figures and video games and all type of stuff. I'm just having fun, bro.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
having mad fun.
The does the shirt, does the fashion design part of your creativity predate the audio recording, emceeing part of your creativity?
Um, no, like I was always into fashion, but I wasn't making clothes until high school, but I started recording music in like middle school. I actually used to record at a studio in Uniondale where DJ Johnny Juice, he was part of Public Enemy, he was like running it. Um and he was like a drill sergeant. And I kind of like stepped away from music for a while. I was always doing poetry, but kind of stepped away from it in like seventh grade and was like, I'm about to go skateboard with my friends. And then fell back in love with it a few years later in high school and then started making clothes. So,
Yeah,
but yeah,
that's dope.
definitely.
And there's another part of your creativity which you're incredibly talented at, which is the visual aspect
Thank you,
of
bro.
everything you do. The ideas, right? The innovative ideas of I'm gonna do this on a skateboard, I'm gonna do this,
Mhm.
in front of a fire truck, I'm gonna, all those different dope ideas, and then the way it looks and the putting it together. Yeah, talk to
It's,
us about this
well,
dimension of you.
first, I want to say thank you, but two, it's so funny to me to hear people talk about these things and let's say like these crazy things because they're so freestyle. Everything is freestyle. Nothing is planned ever. I haven't planned or written anything in years. I haven't even touched the camera in years. I'm just literally like, oh, there's a fire truck. Maybe I should do this. Or I was at the restaurant I used to work at, Witch's Brew, and everybody there used to skateboard. I used to skateboard as well. And I was filming a commercial for them, and after that, I noticed one of the kids that was there, he had an e-bike, and then I noticed the owner, he had a skateboard, and I was like, "Can I use this real quick? Can you take me around the corner? Hold this camera real quick." Like everything is really like on the
You
spot.
serious? Because that
Nothing
looks
is
like
thought out.
mad difficult too. That looks like I'm like, man, he's a serious
I
skateboarder. He skateboards,
used to really
8 hours a
yeah,
day.
no, I used to really like I'm still nice with skateboard. I don't do tricks anymore. I'm too old to get hurt. But I don't have recovery time. I feel like you get older, you don't have I don't get no time to be sitting there hurt trying to do a trick, a kickflip. It's crazy. But I will longboard. But I've skated for years. I used to go to Howard University and skated down the big hill down 4th Street and like to get back to my dorm. Like I'm fearless on a longboard and a skateboard. But everything is impromptu. So when people are like, yo, this is crazy, I'm like, yo, thank you, man. Like, appreciate it. I'm having so much fun, and I'm a big believer in treating your ideas like emergencies. My homie Dwayne told me that one day. He's one of my mentors, and I came up with a logo for it. It's tatted on my arm. Like I'm huge into it's a light bulb. But like I'm huge into that. Like, yo, if you have an idea, let's get it out now. Let's not waste no time. Let's not overthink it. Let's make it look as good as we can. There's a bunch of videos I've done where I'm shooting them and I'm like, I don't know how this is gonna look, and then I go home and just let's make it as cool as we can, and it'll be something that goes crazy. So I'm just appreciative, and I want to create more um intense like film projects. So I have a bunch of ideas in my head. I have to get them out. Like,
Yeah.
or-
That you dropped such a gem there, and you shared the tat with us. Can you unpack that a little bit more so that people really understand some of the genius behind what you're doing, treating ideas like
yes.
emergencies?
We come up with these ideas. People say every day, like, "Yo, I want to do this," or "That'd be dope if I did this." And it's like, all right, well, what if you did? Like, let's actually make it a thing. And I feel like ideas, they travel. If you don't take care of them, if you don't treat them, you'll see somebody else do exactly what you thought about, and be like, "Damn, that was $1 million idea." It's happened to all of us before. I feel like so. My whole thing is like, if you come up with an idea, or if you let's say you cut your finger, if you cut your finger damn near half off, you would run to the hospital, or you would run and go get a bandage. You got to treat your ideas the same way, even if you only get the rough version of it. And you say, "Yo, now I know what I can come back to. I know what I would do differently next time." And that's what happens for me all the time, where it's like, this was cool, but next time I do this, I'm gonna do it like this. And you and at the end of the day, it creates content, which is king right now. And it also just it creates consistency, and you never know what idea is gonna be that one that takes you to that next level. Like the video you're talking about, I shot that a year ago. I posted it
Wow.
5 times within the last year. It just got 100,000 views for the first time ever because I tweaked one small thing, and it caught wind. But I shot that in like July
Wow.
of 2024. But like, so I didn't think nothing of it after it didn't do the numbers. It was I thought it was cool. I never thought it was as cool as everybody else did, but it is fucking cool now. But but after it doing like the numbers it did, it's like you never know what that one idea is. But if I would have just that night would have walked past the skateboard and walked past the motorbike and been like, that would have been cool if I did this and went home, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now.
Yeah.
So you just have to, get them out. Fuck
Yeah.
it. Let's see what happens. That's why I live everything. Like, let's see what happens if we do this. Life is too short to be sitting on ideas. So
So like so for me, I'll tell you like as a consumer and
Mhm.
as a person that that does this, right? That's like constantly like studying other artists and what,
Mhm.
their visuals. For me, so many of the visuals you have, I'm like, man, this dude is so creative. He's so dope, right? And I'm thinking that you're
Mhm.
like putting together, you're studying films.
Oh,
I'm like, oh, but like they're really happening
yeah.
organically.
So I went to school for film. I'm not going to say I'm cheating. Like I cheat. I definitely cheated. Like I got paint all over my hands and stuff. But I definitely, yeah, definitely. So I went to the Long Island High School of the Arts for film. I took a film class in regular high school, like Uniondale High School in Long Island, and then the following year I auditioned for the Long Island High School of Arts, and I got it as a film major. So half the day I was in regular school, then the other half I was in films class for 2 years. And the second year was when I actually started taking rap seriously. So I'm like, all right, I might as well shoot my own music videos or use my buddies from film class to help me shoot my own music videos. Like, I just need y'all to shoot. I'll edit.
Yeah,
And, we're shooting on camcorders at this time. Like, this is 2012. And I took that knowledge from film class and just kept going. And, so now when I am shooting on the spot, I know what it's supposed to look like. Like, I know my angles. I know I can also talk to somebody else who knows the language, but usually it's somebody that doesn't know the language at all, and I'm explaining it to them in the simplest way. And I'm using whoever I'm with, whatever homie I'm with, that's who's filming with me for that day. If it's me and my girl, she's gonna hold the camera down real quick, and we're gonna get something done.
yeah.
So
Yeah, no, that's really really dope. And in regards to like music, film, whether it's videos or other projects, is there anything that you're working on that's coming up? Yeah.
yes. So I'm working on a mixtape called Delivery Boy. It will be out, God willing, within the next 10 to 15 days. Um,
Wow.
yeah, so Delivery Boy is just a story of me balancing my dreams and reality. Trying to get to the next level, or people noticing me and might see me out in public, but they see me doing some regular stuff like Instacart or whatever, and making money, or but they're looking at me sideways like, "Yo, ain't you that kid from Netflix, or ain't you that kid from this or that?" And it's like, yeah, but I still have to get to these next levels. So I'm
Yeah.
knocking on doors at this point, and making people attention. So that's what the whole tape is about, that climb.
Yeah. That's the and it sticks with the theme of pizza too. Yeah.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
that was the work. But yeah, I'm having fun. I'm literally 95% done. I have to do 3 skits, like audio skits, and the album complete.
That's dope. That's dope.
I'm super
And talk to us
excited.
about the production for the project. Is
So
it multiple producers?
so it's multiple producers. It's a mixtape, so it's all like except for one song, everything is unoriginal. I'm remixing certain songs. A lot of them are the freestyles that y'all seen on the Instagram I haven't released yet, and they just tell us, they come together and tell this dope story. And then I have a few instrumentals that you've heard on the freestyles that are being played live, that the skits are
That's
gonna be
dope.
over. And then there's one song that's produced by my man. His name is Sensei. He's from Atlanta. He's from Syracuse, but we met in Atlanta, and that's the only original song that's on there. But it's super fire. It's called Brinks Truck. Um, Super dope, and I'm super excited for it. Like, it's gonna be available on OnetakeCarter.wtf. And then it'll probably go to like Audiomack or streaming or something like that. But super excited.
Yeah, that sounds really exciting. And I imagine there's gonna be some visuals
Oh,
that are gonna be
definitely.
coming out too.
So I'm not going to tell you exactly what, but I have some cool ideas. I have some very cool ideas on how I want to roll out the project completely. So, and it's coming. I don't want to speak on it too much.
Yeah.
I actually have to. I might have to hang up the phone because I'm gonna have to shoot right now. Because if I start, but nah, so super dope, super dope. I want to make like I said, I want to do more thought out film projects, and I think this might be one of them. Not super thought out, but definitely more energy into it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's really dope. And you've been in the space long enough, have singles, albums, but then have also done the freestyle to know, what's actually working for you as a
Mm,
creative, right? Like,
mm.
this is actually what's kind of generating the attention and turning into shows and turning into connecting with
People,
people and pushing the brand because you've got a whole brand between the live performances, camera work, and then clothing.
mm, yeah. So you have to, you gotta pay attention to what people want, what people like. I don't like I could be stubborn as an artist and just say I want to do what I want to do, but at some point you gotta meet people in the middle. Um, the consumers have been loving the freestyles, and the freestyles have been bringing in new fans. And then when I do something that is original, people are staying. So right now I'm at this point where I'm still building my core fan base, and I want to keep the attention of the listener, but I also enjoy freestyling over other people's beats. I hear other people's stuff, and I'm kind of competitive, so I'm in my head like, all right, I have to make something that's close to the original or better than it, or like go totally left from where they took it. So the freestyles lately have been my bread and butter. They've been bringing in people, but also been keeping my pen sharp. And then I'm such a conceptual artist when it comes to making singles and songs, and I have a bunch of them. But like I said, I need more people to come into the room before I press play.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and I feel like there's different types of creatives. We're all unique, right? So, a person that might really be into dropping 4 or 5 records a year and they're, kind of in that lane
Mm,
cannot necessarily drop a verse that's as hot or hotter than a Common or a Meth over a
mm,
classic beat that they did, and boom, they flip it.
mm,
Their creativity doesn't work like that, but yours does, and you can create the visual to go with it to just
mm,
in a short format, 60 second or less, really entertain people, right? They're like, oh, this cat's dope. I love the way he's putting it
mm.
together, and it feels familiar, but it's innovative. And I think that you've really gotten my attention. You know what
Ah,
I'm saying? Like
thank
you're
you,
getting
bro.
eyeballs,
Bro,
you're getting people to pay
thank
attention.
you, bro. I'm having so much fun, bro. I can't. I'm in debt to like life. Like, I'm just having so much fun just creating. I feel like a kid still. No, I'm painting my son's room, but I feel like this is my room. Like, I'm having a blast, bro. And then if I stop having fun, you won't hear anything else from me. But like right now, I've been having fun this whole time. Every time I've been putting out, I've been having fun. And like lately, it's just been more fun. Let's not worry about the numbers. Let's not worry about the money. Let's just create from a real place. and entertain people. We're here to entertain people, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
So I
You know, you
I appreciate you though, man. For real,
yeah,
for real.
bro.
Thank you.
And it's all it's straight up. It's facts. Yeah.
Thank you.
You mentioned earlier Netflix. Can you talk to us about
Yeah.
that?
I was on the first season of Rhythm and Flow, the hip hop contest show with the first season of Cardi B Chance and T.I. I was on there 2019. Yeah, I was I don't know if you ever
Yeah,
seen it.
yeah, yeah. That's the one everybody watched. The second
Yeah, second
season, like I haven't
season.
seen it yet.
Yeah, people haven't seen it yet. Shout out to my homies that's on the second season, J Watt. But yeah.
Tell us about the experience.
Oh, it was crazy. It was crazy. I spoke about this in a lot of other interviews. Um, for me at the time, I didn't understand what I was walking
Yeah,
into. I thought I was gonna go in there, out rap everybody, and go home. And that wasn't what it was about. It was like you have to communicate your value. The person that communicates their value the best wins. This is reality TV. At the time, they pitched it to us. They're like, "This is gonna be the realest reality show ever." So in my head, I'm like, I gotta be 100% authentically me,
yeah,
and I thought that was enough. And you have to find the extra, right? I didn't understand what that meant. I don't know what that means. So if you're watching this right now, you don't know what I mean. I'm going to explain it to you. When you watch reality TV, the people that are quiet, they don't get no airtime. The people that are cool, you can be cool, but if you're too cool, you end up being quiet. You end up falling in the background. And I was too cool at the time. And I was trying to be real as possible as well. So after filming all day from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. at night, and they tell me keep your mic on, and then they ask me questions, like how you feeling or whatever, and I'm like I want some pizza and some, I don't want to say the word, but
yeah,
women right now, and they're like, all right, cut. We're gonna ask you again. We're gonna ask you how you've been feeling. So what they wanted me to say was, I'm excited for tomorrow's freestyle. I'm cipher. I need this money to feed my family, and I didn't want to play into that role of like needing anything. I just wanted to be a creative kid from Long Island because that's just who I am, and it wasn't. So when they asked me again, how you feeling? You ready for tomorrow? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I just want some pizza and some right now, and then I end up fumbling my words because my mind went blank right before I walked into the room. I couldn't remember my rhymes for anything. It was like life happened. It happened on purpose. It was supposed to happen that way, but I couldn't remember my words. I pulled out my phone. I remember the last four bars of my rap, and it ended with "F everything, get money, I'm a prostitute," which I wrote as a question. And then I pulled up another rhyme. I put that rhyme under it because I couldn't remember what came before that. I looked at them and they said, "Let's go." I walked into the room. So when I'm transferring from the last four bars, which is now the first four bars, to a whole nother rap, I stumbled a little bit on the funniest part of my verse, and I say wild things in my rap. So to me, it was normal, but to the world, when you're in front of America, it could be looked at as vulgar, it could be looked at as crazy, and I'm more of a cult artist. I'm not for everybody. So I'm now looking back in hindsight, I'm like I was like for that platform it wouldn't work, but I know for like anything else, especially even nowadays, it would have worked. But it didn't play out the way I wanted it to at the time, but it played out the way it was supposed to.
yeah.
And also like one of my closest friends, he was murdered a few days before knew I was going on a show, and they
Wow.
were like, "Yo, anything going on in your life right now?" And I'm like, "Nah," because I didn't want
Yeah,
his mom to hear about that.
yeah.
And
You didn't want to speak on
yeah, I
his
didn't want
name on the
to speak on his
show.
name so fast, so fast. I don't know when it's gonna come out yet, and there was a lot that was going on in real life, and they were like pulling for information, and I'm like,
Yeah,
we want to build a story around you. You know what I'm saying? You got people that went up there and it was like, yo, and I don't, and I'm this is not anybody in particular, but if any reality show or any game show, you have people that explain their circumstances so that America loves a rags to riches story.
yeah,
So people go on there and they, I need money, I'm homeless, or somebody in my family is going through this, and this would be perfect for this, and I didn't have that. I did, but I didn't want to exploit that.
yeah,
So it worked out the way it was supposed to. I learned the lesson of find your extra. I started doing pizza promo videos and oh, it's your man OTC with Pizza Man. We are here in Queens and da da da. And I understood that me out rapping everybody is cool on the block, but it's not cool on TV.
Yeah.
We want your backstory. We want you to be weird. If you're weird, be weirder. If you wear a certain type of clothes or whatever, like to stand out, add even more to it.
Yeah.
Like, so I understand it
Yeah.
now.
What a cool experience.
Yeah, super, super dope.
Where was the
The cast
shot
was
at?
great. I was shot in LA. I got flown out to LA. I just moved to Atlanta, and then got flown out to LA. It was so cool. It was a
That's
dope
every
experience.
major hub. You're from New York, you were in
Yeah, I
Atlanta,
was
and
in
then you're in
Atlanta, and
LA. It's
then
like every major hub.
word, and I was out there for maybe for like 2 weeks. It's crazy. While I'm out there, while I'm in LA, I got kicked off the show. I had a few friends in LA at the time. One of them told me to come to this place called Two Cents, and there was a performance that night from these kids that worked there. And after the performance, and the kids were dope. It was four of them. After the performance, we're all outside and we're freestyling, and I'm torturing everybody. And the kids that was performing, they showed me bad love, and those kids were Coast Contra.
Oh, that's
Word. So we
dope.
were all outside in the cipher going crazy, and those are still the homies to this day. So I'm super proud of them. They're doing their thing right now. They're killing shit. We're like,
Yeah, they are.
this is 2019. Yeah, we were all going crazy. They were that's the place that they all were working at together, like as homies at the time. So I got to like
That's
really witness that
like the
live.
origin story. You were
Yeah,
there.
I was there. I got kicked off the show and went to a cipher and was going crazy. And Coach Contra was there, like, yo, bro, you nice, bro. Where you from? And word. So shout out to Rio, Taj, Eric, and fucking
That's
Raj.
dope.
Word.
That's dope. Yeah, and I'm curious because you're kind of you were here, and I'm not sure if you had a chance, but LA's got a big like garment district, big fashion district with lots of like it's people make a lot of clothing here. It's one of the things that when I'm originally from the East Coast, I'm from DC, and I'm out in
Okay.
LA. It's one of the things that surprised me about LA is one how much commerce there is and how much like
I didn't get
jewelry,
to
clothing.
tap in. I didn't get to. You gotta point me in the right direction. Next time I come out there, I didn't get to tap in yet because I know Los Angeles apparel is out there.
Yeah.
A lot of brands are out there. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're ever out here, I'm downtown. All of that's taking place downtown. I mean, there's other places, but downtown is
Is where it's
bubbling.
at. Okay.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's on the Pacific, right? So, it's
Everything's
basically
coming
LA is the
from
largest
China.
port. Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
largest port in America.
Mhm.
So all of the materials, I mean, it's really inexpensive, and there's a lot of people. And I had a studio in this building, and I thought, I'm coming from the East Coast. I'm like, there's gonna be. You're thinking Hollywood. I'm like, there's gonna be actors, musicians,
Yeah.
and there was some recording studios, but it was people making clothing.
Clothes.
And that's where the money was at. Was really you could
Mm.
take something for 10 and flip it for 110.
40, 50, well,
You know what I'm
100.
saying? Like no,
That's
and I'm being conservative.
for
You know what I'm saying?
real though.
Yeah,
You ain't lying, yo. The clothes is where it's at. Like, I just love that creativity. You know what I'm saying? You wear whatever you want. You wear what they fear, as Sir Fresh would say. Sir Fresh is like legendary dude from NY who started the Retro Kids,
yeah,
and like one of the reasons I even like felt the comfortability to rock a high top words of like, hell yeah, wear what they fear, wear what you fear.
yeah. Now, that's dope. Yeah, the high top fade, the pizza, the imagery, your level of because you got the talent and the bars and the flow, but you need more
Yeah.
nowadays, right? There's so many artists, and you've got like this whole package.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. I'm working on it. I'm a work in progress. I'm tweaking something every day. We're never done. And my homie Akeem Ali, he does it very well. I say like that's one of the artists I speak highly of because he puts together the package well. And he said something to me one day. He said he said if I throw in this ass stack and I rub my fingers together, they're gonna go crazy. And a lot of artists don't understand. Like I can rap, right? But me rapping on a skateboard, going through the streets is more appealing. Or like me moving my body in a certain way that reminds you of certain artists while I'm rapping on a certain vibe. It's like this visually is gravitating towards people. It's resonating with somebody.
Yeah,
Um, so like it's bigger than just the talent. Talent is not enough.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel we really live in this kind of social media medium of short format, content.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, you don't necessarily have to do full length videos anymore, and you don't have to make 3.5 minute songs anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like all of it's kind of like you're getting it, you're like, oh, I like this. You just have people that you like, whether they're funny or whether they're interesting or whether they're dope lyricists, but it's
Exactly.
always short format.
Exactly. Yep,
Yeah,
sure. I used to be on YouTube heavy and was making 4-minute videos and staying up 12, 13 hours editing all night right after shooting because I like to get stuff done.
yeah,
Right. And I don't gotta do that no more. Now I'm on CapCut for 10 minutes, video's done.
yeah,
So I I could have stayed on YouTube, but you have to grow and shift. You have to, figure out how you can the times are changing. You want to figure
yeah,
out how you can maneuver with the times so you don't get left out.
yeah. That's really interesting. And another thing I wanted to ask you, because you kind of hinted on it, but I don't know if you actually have done it, and if you have, I want to make sure people know about it. You talked about some video games, right? I saw AWOL, the mind writer on here, heavy in the
That's
video
my
games.
God.
Yeah, yeah, he's such a talented brother, yo.
He's super
But
dope.
have you done any video game stuff?
I haven't done anything video game stuff yet. But like I haven't done anything with video games, but I love video games. But I love old video games. Like I've been playing and that's not super old. It's probably 20 something years. I've been playing Fight for New York, the Def Jam Fight for New York joint for the last 2 3 weeks, and the Warriors for the last 2 3 weeks on PS3 on PS2. Um, but like I don't know, video games are the shit, and like sports games, fighting games. It's my vibe. Yeah, I haven't done anything video games yet, but I can see it.
Yeah,
I can see it.
and it's getting more accessible, man. I had
Exactly.
yeah, I had this I'm heavy in AI, and I came across, I'm always like being like reminded of
Yeah,
new things, and um there was an AI widget that basically you kind of told it and it create a game for you,
that's
right?
fine.
And now yeah, you'd prompt it, and I was like, oh, this is crazy. Like if you spent time and really developed a storyline, and you develop, you don't want to just do whatever it does, right? If you really kind of went in deep, you can build it now without having to code. Which is the interesting thing. You could be a
Exactly.
storyteller and have the prompts do it so that you don't have to actually code and involve a lot of people, right?
AI is insane.
Yeah, yeah, bro. Yeah, it really is. It really, really is.
Insane.
Yeah. I want to you've dropped so many gems, talk to us about uh whenever you get an idea to treat it like an emergency. You shared your experience of when you were on Netflix, and talk to us about, different aspects of between the visual, the merch, the music. As we start to wrap, I want to make sure that you get a chance to drop any final gems on us that you want to share.
I don't know, man. I feel like I just want people to be creative. Just be creative, bro. Have fun, bro. Like live your life. Get the most out of this shit. It's too short to be worried about anything. Um, and enjoy the journey. This is not a like. There's no moment. I need people to
Mm,
understand that there's no moment, right? Like I've done it all. I didn't not done it all. I don't want to sound like that guy, but I've done a lot. Like I've DJed on tour as a Shanti's DJ randomly. How I've done a few, like maybe 4 tour dates. I've been on Netflix multiple times, acting and on Rhythm and Flow. I used to work at Sirius XM as a cameraman, filming interviews for Superstar J. I did film the interviews with T Grizzly, Lil Durk, Don Q, Jacquees, you name it. I didn't probably been behind the camera. Dave East, Benny the Butcher, and I always is in my head like, yo, today's the day. Today's the day. This person's gonna notice me. Or this person's gonna notice me. Or this is about to happen. And nothing ever happened. And I realized like the accumulation of all of these moments is the moment, right?
yeah,
Like there is no me in this having this sort of like insight or just understanding of the journey without all of these moments, right? Like I remember being scared as shit in all of these moments,
yeah,
and now I'm less nervous about the next thing because I understand that it's all a part of this bigger thing that's the journey.
yeah,
So now I'm more so just enjoying the journey. I'm having fun creating. I'm not under any pressure. Um, and it's coming from a real place, and so Like I said, it's there is no moment. Everybody's like, "Yo, this. You, of course, you want to be in the right place at the right time. You want to keep connecting dots. You want to make sure that you're out there. You want to make sure that you're posting content. You want to make sure that you're creating. Just keep creating. Keep having fun.
Yeah.
That's
So
all. That's all, man. For real.
that's dope, my
Thank you,
bro.
bro. Thank you for having
Hey,
me, man. For real. For
it's an
real.
honor. As we wrap up, any shout outs?
Shoot. Shout out to my grandmother. Shout out to my girl, my son, everybody in my family. Um, my homie Dwayne, Q the boss. Shout out to you, bro. My homie Bam, that's my brother. Uh, I don't know, bro. I'm messing a bunch of people. My boy Alex, Bria,
People are
Idris.
gonna text you. They're gonna be mad. They're gonna be like,
Thank
yo.
you very much. Shout out to all my family, man. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. All my homies and my friends, everybody that I miss, you know, I love y'all. My brothers. Damn shit.
Yeah.
Shout
Now
out to
one
my
take
people.
Carter.
Shout out to my people with black jobs. Every time I flow, no to make them say "whoa" like Black Rob. I took positive, turned it
Oh,
into a positive. I got a couple homies that did the exact opposite. Way too many of us locked up. Wake up in the morning, comb my top up. I know we can do it. God got us. That's why I strive. I don't see the BS that they think got us buried alive. That's about it. But
that's good, bro.
that's it.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. Now, my brother, it's an honor to have you on the Cristopolis show. You painted that room that you're in. You
Yo,
dropped the gems on the merch on the upcoming
I got
mixtape.
some unreleased ones they call merch right now. It's like my head and eyes and shit.
Dope.
But
That's dope.
man,
Yeah. Big 2025 coming for you. Mixtape dropping, new merch
delivery
dropping, new everything.
boy is on the way. Delivery boy is on the way. Look out for delivery boy. Look out for delivery boy. It's here.
Yeah, brother. One
Thank you
take Carter, it's an honor
for
to
having me,
have you on.
bro. It's an honor to be here, bro. Thank you for reaching out. You're a super dope dude. I
Thank
love
you,
the
brother.
fact that you did your research. I want to give you your flowers because a lot of people aren't reaching out to the artists they need to be reaching out to, and you're one of them. And I've seen who you've been connecting with, and they're all valuable people. Um, Continue to do your thing. Continue to strive, bro. You're on to something.
Thank you,
I'm
brother.
sure you
I
know.
appreciate that.
I'm sure you know
I
that. But like,
received that. I received that,
if
brother.
nobody's told you recently, keep fucking going, bro. I see you at the
Hey,
top.
see you at the top, my brother. Salute.
All right. Salute,
Peace.
bro. Peace.